Hi everyone, Emma here. So today I'm just going to demo a little workout, 20 minutes, that you can do in the comfort of your own home. So all you need is just a little space to move. You don't need any equipment, it's purely body weight, so it's super convenient if you just want to get a workout in just in 20 minutes when you're just a little short on time. So all you need is hopefully some water nearby so that you can keep hydrated and as I say, just this space. So what I'm going to do today is 20 different moves, so there's no repetition, so we're going to keep it, it's going to flow really quickly, so there's no chance to get bored. Each move you'll do 40 seconds of work and then you'll have 20 seconds of rest before we move on to the next move. And what I'll do is I'll demo each of the moves and show you how you can increase or decrease the intensity, how you can modify them as necessary just to fit your own sort of fitness levels and personal capabilities. And so I'll be doing that, but you just pick the level that you want to work at and just work through the 40 seconds with me, and I'll let you know when it's time to rest and when it's time to go. But to start with, what we're going to do is just start with a little warm up just to get all the muscles revved up and blood pumping, just so that we're not going to cause any injury once we start the workout. So if you've got a fitness tracker, now would be the time just to get that going. So I'm going to set a workout ready to go and let's go. So we're going to start with just a little jog on the spot. Nice and gentle, keeping those knees nice and soft on the landing, getting the arms involved so that the whole body is moving. And just try and get that blood pumping. You just want to feel that heart rate increasing a little bit, get a little bit of movement in the body. Just going to go for a minute like this. I've got my timer on the go. In a minute we'll move on to another move just to incorporate a little bit more movement across different planes of motion, just to really get all those joints moving and warmed up ready for the exercise. So we're going, we've got 15 seconds left on this move. Hopefully you can feel a little bit warmer, things starting to move a little bit easier. Okay, so now in 3, 2, 1, just going to switch to a toe tap and an arm reach just to get that upper body involved a little bit more. So tapping those toes, having a little dip in the knees with each one if you can. Just gets that blood pumping, gets those legs ready for the action. Reaching. That's it. And so now we're just going to lift those arms overhead. Just get a nice little stretch down the side here. Just incorporating as many muscles as we can. Just make sure that everywhere's nice and ready for the workout that's coming. Just to mention as well, this is a full body workout, so we are going to be using the whole body. And I've incorporated legs and arms, cardio and core moves, so just make sure that everything's being targeted there. So it's a great little burner if you're just short on time, you just want to get a full body move and work out in. Okay, so now we're going to move on to knee curls. So like this again, try and get that upper body involved, so reaching the arms back like this and just bending the knees like that. Trying to give your bum a little bit of a kick if you can. Really get that range of movement in those knees. That's it. Keep going. We're nearly done with our warm up. Hopefully by now you do feel a little bit warmer. The muscles are starting to get ready and you're much less likely to cause injury once you start your workout. And so we are 15 seconds out from our 3-minute warm up, and then we'll get going on the circuit. Okay, 5 seconds left. 2, 1, there. Just shake it out. Hopefully you can hear that I'm breathing a little bit faster, a little bit breathless. That's what we want, we've just got the blood pumping there. So quick sip of water before we start. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just set my timer to go forward, and you will hear a little beep. So The first move is going to be, just to get us going, a simple squat. So you may have done one of these before, so I'll give you a side action. You're just going to put your knees, your legs shoulder width apart, and you're just going to come down into a low squat if you can. If you can't, just take it as low as you can until you feel a bit of tension in those thighs. And the aim is to make sure that those knees are not going too far over the toes, so you're really sitting back into that squat. Okay, and what I'll do on the rest section of this one is prepare you for the next move, and then we'll go up to 20 seconds. Okay, so if we're all ready, let's get going with our squats. Sit nice and low if you can. Again. A bit better there. Okay, let's get started. So, nice and low, just watching that those knees don't go too far over. If you're quite advanced and you want to make this tougher, what you can do is a jump squat, like that. Nice soft landing, a little bit of a bend in the knee, just to protect those knees. You're going to bounce yourself off the ground, or you can make that a little bit gentler by just going nice and slow. Not as deep if you can feel the tension there, but the deeper you go, the more you're going to feel that in the legs. This hand over there. And rest. Well done. Okay. So the next move is just going to be a butt kick. So this is a little bit of a cardio move, keep our blood pumping. So it's simply alternate legs. I like to put my hands up so I can hear my feet kicking the butt. So when you're ready, let's go. So ideally, faster you go, the more intense that's going to be. You can slow it down if you need to. Or if that's a little tough, then you want to take out the bounce, you can just do it like that. Make it nice and gentle, one leg at a time. Or you can do a bit of both, depending on how you're feeling today. So let's keep moving. Side view so you can see. Kicking those hands with your heels. Just really getting some stretch in those legs. So, little rest now for 20 seconds. The next move is going to be a push-up. So, there'll be a few variations, so we can make this harder for those that can manage it, or we can bring it in a little. So I'll just show you all the different ways that you can do it. So you've got a classic push-up, hands shoulder width apart, coming down nice and low. If you need to, you're going to drop your knees and just take a little bit of the weight off so that your arms aren't having to carry your full body weight. And if you bring your knees in a little bit, it's going to be a little bit easier. There's less weight there. Other options are if you do have something that you can lean on, raise yourself on like a sofa or a bench, you can just do one up here, like so, or lower the knees, like so. Okay, let's finish so a little 20-second rest before we move on to the next move. So we'll come down onto the ground again. I'm just going to do a classic ab crunch. So you're going to want to lie back, feet flat on the floor, lower back nice and flat in, and just crunch up. So the aim is you want to be reaching your shoulders to the sky. So eyes up, lift shoulders. So we don't want to be curving like that, it's putting pressure on the neck. You want to reach, just try and lift those shoulders to the sky until you feel that nice crunch and tension in the stomach. Just making sure that you're keeping your back nice and flat into the floor, that core nice and tight just to protect that lower back. And just keep going. That's it. And we're nearly there. And rest. Great work, guys. So, the next one is back onto the legs. So this one's a little bit of a burner, so if at any point you need to take a rest, so we're going to do a sumo squat pulse. So nice wide stance, feet pointing out, down into a low squat, and you're just going to hold that there. Pulsing with a little gentle bounce. If that is a little too tough, then by all means, Just try and make it a regular squat with a wide leg. Take it nice and slow, or just bring it down a little. Give it a pull so you can feel a little bit of tension. But the lower we can go with this, the more intense that's going to feel. Just keep your hands where they're comfortable. I like to hold mine in front of me like this. And you will start to feel a burn in those thighs. Just keep going. We're nearly there. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, so coming up we have the tricep dip. So if you do have a bench that you can do this off, or a sofa, perfect. You can just do it simply like this, or with our knees in to make it easier. But if you don't, you can also do this on the ground. So what you do, hands like this, lift the bum, and then just like a slight bend in the elbow. Try to avoid your bum touching the floor, so you're just going to keep that hovered. Make sure the elbows are pointing back, not out to the side. Really target those triceps. And if you bring your feet a little further away, it's going to be a little bit tougher. Further pivot point. Keep going with that. As I say, if you do have something to hand and you want to make this a little tougher, then by all means do it off a bench or a step or a chair. It's just as effective. Okay. Rest. Well done, hopefully you're feeling the blood pumping a little bit now. So we are now going back into a little cardio move, bit of a recovery move. They're called mountain climbers. So you just want to pretend that you're climbing a mountain or a ladder. So nice and fast. This, knees and arms, you're climbing up that mountain or you're reaching up on that ladder. So side view, this. Again, slow it down by all means. If you just need to do a step, just keep getting the hands involved, or slow it down. But if you've got it in you, then obviously nice and fast. Reach, reach, reach as fast as you can. Really keep those knees pumping. Really get that blood pumping. That's great work. Side view again. Reach, reach, reach. We are nearly there in 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Little rest for me there. Grab a sip of water if you need it. Slowing it down with this next move. Coming back down to the ground, just going to do a classic plank, which usually involves being on your shoulder, elbows. Okay, so lifting up onto the toes, you want a nice straight line from your head to your toes. So I don't want to see this, and I don't want to see this. I want to keep that core nice and tight for me. If that's too tough, bring it down onto your knees and just do it like that, so that you're only having to hold sort of your upper body weight instead. And by all means rest whenever you need to. Just keep that held. If you've got it, lift that up for me. Breathing, keeping that tummy tucked in and helping to support that lower back. Rest, knees to the floor. Stretch it out. Great work. Oh, so we are actually staying on the ground. Have a rest. What we're going to do next is a glute bridge, which is good for targeting the bum or the glute muscles. So you're lying back, feet hip width apart, and you're just going to lift your body into a nice straight line so you feel some tension in the bum. Lower back down. Don't rest on the ground. Keep pumping like that. Again, just slow this right down. You can rest between each one if you need to, or if you want to feel it a bit more. Just keep moving and try and hold it for a second or two when you get to the top where the tension is, where the muscles are working the hardest. Keep moving. We are nearly there. In 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Rest that for me. Coming up onto our feet. We are still down on the ground. Quick sip of water. Down. I'm going to do a bicycle crunch. We're working the abs. Legs up, elbow to knee. This
is a little too difficult, by all means, just try with the upper body, elbow side to side, or you can even just try the legs like that. If you've got it, one elbow to opposite knee, keeping that neck held up, pull through. Tummy nice and tight. You can feel this working all through that core. Hold your legs out, put your upper body up, and rest. Okay, so just a little bit of a recovery move, bit of cardio. So we're going to just go to a simple jog on the spot. So take this steady. So you can just go nice and steady like that if you need your recovery, or if you've got it much faster, or even much faster. You want to go into a sprint. So you sprint in towards that finish line. Side view, get those arms involved, keep everything moving. Keep going. We're halfway there. You've just got 20 seconds to the finish line here. You're racing to that line. Keep going. Of course, slow this down if you need to. This is your workout, so you take it whatever pace is going to suit you best. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Go rest. Take a sip of water if you need it. Okay, so next we're going into a side lunge. So this is simply stepping out with one leg. You want to keep this leg nice and straight, bending at this knee, making sure that knee's not going too far over the toes. Okay, so alternate sides, like this, and side view, show you. Again, if this is a little bit too challenging, try simply stepping out with just a gentle bend in the knee, don't come too low. You can just do a simple squat, if that feels more comfortable to you. What we want to be doing is working these opposite legs. You're going to hit the outside of the glute a little bit more here, and you're really working each individual leg to hold your weight. And rest. Good stuff. Okay, so next, a little bit of cardio, a little bit of recovery. These are just called jabs. So take it at your own level. You can just stand nice and tall, simply jab with your hands, or if you can, take it into a little squat form so that you're going to work the legs too. I'm just going to jab out like this. Again, the faster that you're going to jab, the more you're working. Shoot a little side view like this. Take a deep squat if you can, just a gentle one, or if you need to, of course, just stand tall and use this as a little bit of time just to recover. That's it, so we're over halfway with this move. Just keep punching that air. Just get rid of any frustration you've got from the day. We've got a few seconds left, so I'm just gonna increase that speed. Well done. Okay, a little rest there. Okay, so classic star jump or a jumping jack, however you want to refer to it. It's the same move, so like this. We're going into one, a jumping jack, nice soft landing. If you need to, that's a little too tough, you can do one-sided like this. The bouncing moves don't really suit you, or just take it slow like that. But if you've got it, you should go nice and fast. This is a great little cardio move. Getting your whole body involved. Just making sure you're keeping those knees a little bit soft. Nice soft landing on the jump to avoid injury. Keeping those arms flapping. Perfect. We're nearly there. 2, 1, and rest it out for me. Perfect. Coming down onto the ground again, that little core exercise. So this one's called a dead bug. Nice knee. So you want to lift your knees up to a right angle, arms up, and it's alternate leg and arm. Going back and extending out. Perfect. So keep that going for me. If that's a little too hard, by all means, lower your arms, just go with the leg. One at a time, just keeping that back nice and flat into the ground. Or if you need to, just go back to a classic crunch if that suits you better. But if you've got this, then keep going. Takes a little bit of coordination, but that's it. Working those lower abs. Perfect. Rest that out for me. So while we're down here, we're going to stay on the ground for a few. So our next move is going to be a high plank. So rather than being down on our elbows, we're going to keep this one high up on our hands as so. So nice straight line with the body again, but if you've got it, I want you to give a little shoulder tap. You want to keep the body really, really straight. Again, bring this down to your knees if you need to. Up onto your knees, a little tap side to side. The trick is to keep that body as still as possible. So you're really working that core. Keep yourself stabilised as you move from hand to hand. If you need to just hold it here, do that. If you need to hold it down with the knees, that's fine too. Or alternating. Got it. And rest. Perfect. A little sip of water. We're staying on the ground for another move. Okay, so this one's a V sit-up. Put yourself in a V position. So we're going to sit like this. Nose bent. Lean back until you feel some tension, and then I need you to lift your legs like that. If you've got it, let's get them woo, nice and still. Straight. Some people can do that. If not, this is also great. But also, putting your feet on the ground, just leaning back until you can feel that tension in the tummy. And you're just going to hold this as a static move like that. If you need to rest at any point, just come up, give those abs and that lower back a bit of a break, and come back down nice and slow. Hold this up if you can. So we are so nearly there. Start to shake in 3, 2, 1. Rest out. Perfect. We are so close, guys. So we've got 3 moves left. So we'll stay on the ground for 1 more, and then we're going to come up. So this one's just going to work our upper back. I'm going to lie nice and flat on the ground, everything nice and soft, arms out to the side. And we're just going to raise that chest off the ground. Bring those elbows back a little bit. Bring your shoulder blades together. Take this one nice and slow. If that's a little tough, then by all means rest and just lift it just a little. You feel a little bit of tension. If you've got that range of movement, just bring it right back like this. And you'll feel that down towards your lower back. It's going to work that upper back as you work to lift those arms and keep that chest off the ground. Keep pumping. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Perfect. Come on. Slowly come up onto our knees. And when you're ready, up onto the feet for the final 2. So the next move is a bit gentle. It's just going to be a little bit of a burner on our calves. So we're going to do a calf raise. So I'll show you. We're going to stand shoulder width apart with our feet. And just come up onto those tiptoes and then lower back down, and try to avoid your heels touching the ground. You want to stay hovered and just coming up and down. That's how you're really going to feel that burn. If you need to for stability, then by all means let yourself rest back down on the ground. And if you do have any weights to hand and want to make this harder, then you can pick up some weights and lift to make your sort of body weight higher and make your calves work harder. So keep going. You will start to feel a little bit of a burn in those calves as you keep going. They're working to keep you off the ground. And rest. Well done. Okay, so we have got 1 move left. We're just going to finish with a high knee. So if you want to be bringing your knees up like this to a right angle, so that they're in line with your hips. And I want to feel, if you've got the energy left, we're going to go nice and fast. If you need to, slow it down. Just tap, tap, tap. But if you You've got a bit more in you. Again, slow if you need to. Really feel that energy, it's the final move. So keep that going. Knees nice and high. We've got 20 seconds left on this. Let's keep going. Side for you, as you can see. There's the thighs are getting right in line with the hips. A real balance. Slow it down if you need to. In 3, 2, 1. Well done. Okay, so a little bit of a breather. That is the end of your workout. So what you want to do is have a little cool down, and we just need to stretch out all of those muscles that you've worked today. So just give yourself 5 minutes, cool down, have a good stretch, get a drink of water, and enjoy your day.